My name is Albert, and welcome to Unknown Facts. If you enjoy mind-blowing stories like these, please subscribe and like the channel. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. We have a wild one for you. Today, get this, video games. We all love them, right? From jumping on Goombas to building entire worlds out of blocks. But what happens when a game goes too far? Games so shocking, so controversial, they got the ban hammer dropped on them. Hard. We dug deep, we found the stories, the secrets, the stuff the developers probably wish would stay buried. Trust me, you won't believe the reasons these games were pulled from the shelves. It's absolutely bonkers. My name is Albert. Welcome to Unknown Facts. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first up on our list is a game that is legendary for its controversy, Manhunt 2. It wasn't just the violence itself, it was how the game forced you to experience it. The original unrated version had something called an execution cam. When you performed a kill, the game blurred the screen, added a shaky, static-filled filter, and zoomed in to make it feel like you were watching a snuff film. It was so intense it earned an adults-only rating for violence. Regulators in the UK and Ireland banned the game outright. Rockstar had to censor it heavily to survive commercially. Next up, we have a game that is practically synonymous with controversy. Postal 2. Designed as a satire of suburban life and society, its humor was so dark many didn't see the joke. Here's the wild unknown fact. One of the most infamous bizarre weapons was a cat. Yes, a cat used as a silencer for your shotgun. When you fired, the cat would meow instead of a gunshot. Animal rights groups were horrified. New Zealand, Australia, and Germany reacted with bans and major headlines. Oh, you knew this one was coming. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. A modder dug through the PC files and found a fully interactive, sexually explicit minigame that had been disabled but left on the disk. He re-enabled it, and the scandal exploded. The ESRB changed the rating from mature to adults only. Big retailers pulled the game. Rockstar re-released a cleaned version, but the damage cost millions. The hot coffee scandal led to stricter ratings enforcement and even congressional attention. This next game threw motivation out the window. Hatred. An isometric shooter where the point was to kill as many innocent civilians as possible. The trailer opened with, "My name is not important, what is important is what I'm going to do." Yikes. Valve initially removed it from Greenlight. After debate it went live, but it was banned on Twitch and rejected in Germany and Australia. Next, a Rockstar title that sounded scarier than it was. Bully. No guns, no cars, mostly slingshots, wedgies, stink bombs, a T-rated satire of high school movies. But the name Bully triggered parental outrage and fears. Some thought it glorified school violence. Brazil banned it. Currys refused to stock it in the UK, and politicians debated it in Parliament. Ultimately, many who played it saw an anti-bullying message. So far, execution cams, bizarre weapons, hidden sex minigames, pure hatred, and a controversial title. 5 games that shaped headlines. We're halfway through, and it only gets stranger. Ready for 5 more? Let's go. This next one is a deep cut. Rule of Rose. A slow-burn psychological horror set in 1930s England, focusing on trauma and the cruelty of children. Intentionally clunky combat to make you feel helpless. A sensational Italian magazine misreported that it featured graphic sexual violence against children, a fabrication that spread across Europe. Politicians condemned it without playing it. The publisher canceled releases in some countries. The game's horror is psychological, not graphic, but the rumor effectively buried it. Now it's a rare collector's item. Here's a story. A finished game that was killed by its publisher. Thrill Kill. A 4-player fighter set in a modern-day hell. The goal: fill a kill meter and unleash gruesome finishing moves. Extremely provocative for the late 90s. Virgin Interactive was acquired by EA, who refused to publish it, saying they didn't want to associate with that image. They buried the finished game, but the code leaked. Bootlegs circulated and assets were repurposed into later titles, a banned-by-publisher legend. This one is bizarre, a trivia game that became evidence in a court case. The Guy Game. The premise: answer trivia and get clips of young women at spring break. Progressively racy. One woman claimed she was 17 when filmed. She sued Sony, Microsoft, and the publisher. A court injunction halted manufacturing and ordered a recall. Every unsold copy pulled from shelves. A catastrophic oversight. Failure to verify ages turned a novelty game into a legal nightmare. Finally, a mission that shocked the world. Call of Duty: Modern Warfare 2, a mission where you're an undercover CIA agent with a terrorist cell. The leader whispers, "Remember, no Russian." Then the massacre begins. You could participate or simply walk through. The developers included a skip option, but leaks caused global outrage. Russia forced a recall on PC, console versions were edited internationally. Was it meaningful storytelling showing terrorism's horror or exploitative shock? The debate is still unresolved. A final history note, a game that literally changed the business. Mortal Kombat, its digitized realism and fatalities caused a moral panic. Nintendo censored blood. Sega included a secret blood code to restore violence, and parents were furious. Senate hearings in 1993 followed. Faced with regulation, the industry created the ESRB, the rating system we still use today. A spine rip helped create regulation. Sometimes a game's impact is bigger than the game itself. From buried rumors and lawsuits to banned missions and publisher burial, these are 10 games that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Ready to wrap up? We have one last stretch, then the final thoughts. And that's our show, everybody! From spine rips that created the ESRB to a quiz show that ended in a lawsuit, that was an insane journey through controversial corners of gaming. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today on Unknown Facts. We had a blast digging up these wild stories for you. Before you click away, if you had fun and want more deep dives, please make sure you're subscribed and give this video a like. It helps more than you know. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time with more Unknown Facts. Please subscribe and like the channel.